Teaching today feels completely different from when I first started. And the scary part is, teachers all over the world are saying the exact same thing. Teachers are burned out. Students are disconnected, parents are overwhelmed, and many classrooms feel more chaotic than educational. Now, before people get angry, this video is not about kids being evil or teachers being lazy. Something deeper is happening culturally. Attention spans are collapsing. Kids are growing up online. AI is changing how students think about effort and learning. Discipline is disappearing, and many teachers feel like they've completely lost support from both parents and the system itself. So in this video, we're going to react to teachers speaking honestly about what they're seeing inside classrooms right now. And some of these stories are genuinely disturbing.
There are so many teachers quitting right now in America.
Teaching in the year 2025 is not the same career as it was teaching before the pandemic.
I don't know what's happened to education. It breaks my heart.
Puts two hands up like this close to my face, and goes, psh, 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 psh.
I feel like we are reaching a point where something's got to give, and I don't know that we can keep going like this.
This is what I'm hearing from teachers. I don't know how much longer this can continue. And honestly, when thousands of teachers independently arrive at the same conclusion, people should probably pay attention.
These kids are horrible. Horrible. They don't care about learning. The parents don't hold them accountable. They don't make their kids hold themselves accountable. The admin does not hold the parents of the children accountable. They say they hold the kids accountable, but they go to the office and they come back and they do the same thing. It's awful.
Some viewers will probably think this sounds harsh. But I think what teachers are reacting to isn't just bad behavior, it's the complete lack of consequences afterward, and that's what really destroys morale.
I subbed for 8th grade today, and it was awful, and I don't even really want to talk about it. It was bad. They're unhinged, and they're chaotic, and it's frustrating because I can't do my job. I can't help them be successful because they won't let me. It was such a bad day. It's such a bad day. I'm in such a bad mood.
Exactly. Most teachers who quit actually cared deeply about students. That's why the emotional burnout hit so hard.
A message to anyone out there who thinks that teachers have it easy just because we have time off. I have 2 hours left of my school day and I'm leaving because I'm so stressed out. Between all the requirements that a district offers and the students' behavior, their lack of trying, their apathy for school, parents that don't give a shit. They don't care. They don't answer phones. They don't discipline their kids, and kids who feel like they're going to commit suicide because they're getting bullied. You have no idea what it's like being a teacher. You have no idea. I don't want to hear a person ever in the history of ever say that this job, we're lucky, we have it easy, we get so much time off. You have zero clue what all it takes to be a teacher.
I think many teachers feel trapped right now. They're trying to teach students whose brains were shaped by TikTok, iPads, algorithms, and constant entertainment, while also dealing with pressure from parents, administrators, and society itself. And honestly, I don't think schools were designed for this version of childhood.
Okay, this is becoming a genuinely concerning issue. As a substitute teacher, I am encountering a really concerning number of students who truly do not see any value in learning, because as one of the 4th and 5th graders that I was teaching the other day asked me, why do I need to know any of this if a computer or AI can do it for me? A little girl didn't want to learn how to read because why would she need to when she could have the computer read it to her? Why would she need to know how to count when a calculator could do it, or when she could just take a picture of her math problem and have the AI do it for her? This is a legitimate issue because if for whatever reason we lose the ability to have access to these things, we have an entire generation of kids who's going to be entirely helpless without the internet, and that is not okay. If you as a parent are encouraging this behavior and allowing your child to use AI for everything, you have a problem, and you need to be teaching them otherwise.
This is one of the biggest questions of this generation. Students aren't crazy for asking it. AI is changing education, careers, writing, coding, everything. A lot of students genuinely wonder if traditional effort still matters anymore.
So the moral decline of this country is obvious, but I really haven't stopped to consider what teachers are really going through nowadays. I mean, you see on the news all the time what's going on in schools, and you can only imagine what's going on in the classrooms.
Most people only see education from the perspective of when they were students 10 or 20 years ago. Many classrooms today are almost unrecognizable compared to that.
I'm asking for a friend. How am I supposed to teach for 30 more years? How?
I've noticed younger teachers are already planning escape routes after just a few years. That was much rarer in the past.
Teachers are quitting mid-year again, at record numbers. Is one of the reasons why. A student who wasn't assigned to me or my classroom and repeatedly ignored my direction and instructions to leave. Eventually, she repeatedly called me and threatened me with physical violence, which sent me into a panic attack. Once I calmed down, which took my entire lunch, I was expected to go back and teach my classes because we had a sub shortage. By the end of the day, the videos that the student took of me circulated amongst the student body, and I ended that day feeling the most powerless and defeated that I've ever felt in my entire life. The student was not given a consequence that was fitting. She was sent home for the day. After that class period was over, I had several students come up to me and say that they wanted to jump to my defense, but they were also afraid of that student. That's when I knew the profession I once loved was no longer the profession I needed or wanted, and I left a month later. And that story is not unique. Teachers aren't leaving because they don't care about the kids. They're leaving because the system no longer lets them teach kids. They're not allowed to teach self-management. They're not allowed to teach respect or accountability anymore. We are told to keep the peace, keep the bodies in the room. Some are even told to pass at 20%. Just get the kid the diploma. Pass them along so that the data looks good. But when we do that, we're not protecting the students. We're doing them a disservice because they are walking into a world that will hold them accountable. We could have taught them how to handle that with grace, empathy, and reflection. But instead, we're told to look the other way. Teachers quitting mid-year every single year is not an exodus. It's self-preservation. And deep down, it's heartbreak because they want to stay. The system is just making it so that staying is at the expense of yourself and your own family.
This story is honestly heartbreaking. Imagine being verbally threatened, humiliated online by students, and emotionally breaking down, and then still being expected to continue teaching the same day because there is no substitute available. That's unsustainable.
Start second quarter of high school with my sophomores, asking them to go big in their heads. Like, dream your biggest dream. Is your dream to be signed with the NFL, win America's Got Talent, get a full ride scholarship for a university? And I do this for a specific project, but whatever. Over the years, these answers have given me a lot of insight as to what's going on with a generation. 10 years ago, everybody talked about wanting to go to college or wanting to get into an internship, and that was really a focus. 5 years ago, it felt like so many people wanted to be doctors and nurses. I think that maybe had something to do with the pandemic, but the last 5 years have been awfully rough on our young people. They are growing up now during a time where the youngest of Gen Z, who are just getting in through high school, are the ones who are really seeing a world that does not have a lot of hope in it. And it's showing in their answers. Instead of dreaming of accomplishing things, instead they have things like, I won $2 billion. I won the lottery. I just won a new truck. I won the lottery. I won the lottery for $2.5 billion. I got $100 million. There's a handful of kids in there who said things like, I wanted to cure cancer, or I got drafted into a certain team. But the majority of them were all about getting money quickly. We've lost the ability for our young people to dream of doing something and being successful at something in this world. Only way you can survive is to have a lot of money. Forget hope, forget dreams, just get cash. And I am so disappointed. Not in these kids, but in us as an older society who have built a world that's all kids can dream about. So one, adults, this is my call to you to do better. Offer hopes and dreams. And Gen Z, I need you to know there is still hope in the world and that chasing what you really love is worthwhile.
This clip hit me hard because I think it reflects something deeper happening in society. Many young people don't dream about meaningful careers anymore. They dream about escape. Escape from financial pressure, debt, housing prices, and uncertainty. People massively underestimate how emotionally draining teaching has become. Teachers are expected to be educators, counselors, specialists, social workers, entertainers, and therapists all at once. You can see how emotionally exhausted teachers sound now. Not angry, not annoyed, completely depleted.